Hey, welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. The great Maria Menounos is here from Extra, my friend. She is everything. She's a writer, producer, actress, journalist, everything. A real entrepreneur, a real, like, I don't know, just a go-getter, a real go-getter. What's up, Maria?
Thanks, Artie. I'm good. How are you?
So like 3, 4 years ago, I'm sitting around and...
2.5.
2.5 years ago, okay.
It didn't take me that long.
I met Maria for the first time, really, at the Las Vegas Film Festival in 2006. I had my movie Beer League there, and I see Maria, and she said, oh, yeah, I directed a short film. And I watched the short film. I went to see it. It was like a 9-minute film you did, right?
Yeah, something
and
like
was
that.
it about, like, answering? What was it about again? It was very impressive.
It was called Long Time Listener.
Long-time listeners, like people who call into radio shows.
Yeah.
Right? And it was really impressive. It was like a really good piece of work. And she directed this movie, and you wrote it?
Kevin had written it.
And Kevin, okay. Now,
Yeah.
is Kevin your fiancé, or what is he?
He's my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend.
But we've been together for, it'll be 15 years.
You
in
seem
April,
married.
So,
I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
He's
yeah.
a good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy. And he directed this movie.
Yes.
So I remember, and you came by Beer League and everything, which was nice. You supported it. And a couple years later, she calls me. I'm producing a movie that my boyfriend's going to direct, and we want you to do a part in it. So I went and did a part up in Connecticut.
Yep.
And it's called Serial Buddies. It's like a crazy dark comedy. And I went up, and now it's coming out.
Yeah.
So that's great. So describe this movie. Like, how do you sum this movie up to people?
Well, we actually changed the name for VOD because the A helps, so it's called Adventures of Serial Buddies now.
Oh, okay.
And
that's hilarious. That's
yeah,
it's all about alphabetical order.
Absolutely. I'm
Video-
like,
so
hey,
video on
Marlon
demand.
Wayans changed it or made his title A Haunted House for a reason.
No, that's right. That's a good move.
Oh, yeah,
You should
so-
just call it like Aardvark or something.
Exactly.
You got 2 A's in Aardvark.
Hey, you never. Next time, that's what I'm going to call the next movie.
That's a good move.
We got really great reviews on it, and one person put it best when they called it Dumb and Dumber meets Dexter. And I was like, I don't need to say anything else.
It's
you
perfect.
totally know what the movie is. It's the first serial killer buddy film of all time.
Yeah.
It's Dumb and Dumber meets Dexter. We have a great cast. We have Christopher Lloyd,
Right.
yourself, Kathy Lee Gifford, Chris McDonald, Beth Bayers from Two Broke Girls. Kevin actually discovered her. She was ripping tickets at the Geffen for Joan Rivers' one-woman show.
Oh, wow.
And-
the Geffen Theater in L.A.
Yeah. And he's like, what do you want to do? And she's like, well, I'm at UCLA and I'm studying acting. He goes, you have it. And he's like, you're going to be a star. And he cast her in the movie. And, right after the movie, she, at some point after, got Two Broke Girls, and she's off and running. And so...
That's great. Well, congratulations. I know what it's like
Thanks.
from soup to nuts to get a movie
yeah.
made.
And then to see
It's
it in
a lot
theaters.
of work. Yeah, yeah.
So-
and I was on the set. I mean, you were hands-on. This was a lot of work. You and Kevin, like, really, you got down and really did what you had to do. I mean, and now it's out. So you're proud of it? You're happy with it, I guess?
I'm so proud. I'm so happy. AMC has been doing these like really cool direct deals with filmmakers. They did this great deal with Kevin Hart when he did his movie. And so they saw our movie, loved it, and said, we want to do the same thing with you. And so it'll be in AMC theaters across the country in Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, Boston, San Francisco. And so if you go to serialbuddies.com, that's serial with an S.
Right.
You can find a screening time. We're all going to go see it here tomorrow night in New York.
Awesome.
Then we're going to see it in Boston at the Liberty Tree Mall Saturday night. And then we're going to fly back to LA and do a whole big thing Sunday.
Wow.
At the Burbank Theater.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations. I wish you had my schedule. I can't go see it, but I'll go see it on my own.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it. What's the name of the kid? I play like the most verbally abusive older brother in the history of movies.
You're Golden Graham.
Yeah. and who's the kid? He's so good in it. The kid who plays
Todd
my
Wilson.
Yeah, he plays sort of like he's the lead.
Yeah, he's one of the leads.
One of the leads. And I get to just abuse him. I get to yell
And you're in a
crazy.
scene with my dad, too.
That's right, which is fun.
Oh, my God. My dad is hilarious. I think he's so good at it. I go, Dad, you're going to be on the movies, on the big screen. He goes, oh, Maria, I'm a big star in Greece. I'm like, a big star what, in the village, Dad? Like,
Are your parents right off the boat?
Oh, yeah.
They are, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, where'd you grow up?
In Boston,
You
Medford.
grew up in Boston, okay. So they come here, but did you ever live in Greece?
No, just shy of it. I mean, my
just
parents,
missed it.
Yeah, just missed living in a village with no running water. It's kind of funny to think about.
Well, it's almost, I mean, Boston's a little better.
Yeah.
So, as a Yankee fan, I have to say that. But the other thing, me and Brent were just talking about this. The other thing that we have in common is we played in 2 beach bowls now for DirecTV, the Celebrity Beach Bowl. And I must say, you screwed me up here. We were on opposing teams, and
that was your first bad move.
Yeah, right, exactly. I get in. I replaced Joe Montana. Now, I know it sounds like it's a goofy game, but this actually happened. I replaced Joe Montana at quarterback. And on any level, that's ridiculous. And Joe Montana had no idea who I was. And Cam Newton was our coach, walked me out to the center of the field and said to Joe Montana, listen, Artie's going to take over for you. And Joe Montana said, who's Artie? And he pointed to me, and he said, and Joe Montana went, him?
I remember. You took over. He was QBing, obviously, yeah.
Okay, the first play, Terrell Owens does a slant pattern. I hit him over the middle, perfect pass. And instead of scoring a touchdown like he should have, Deion Sanders catches him. And he tackles him, he gets his flag. It's flag football. At like the 11-yard line. And this is on television, you know. So the second play, I figured I'm just going to do the same exact thing. I get the snap. I drop back to pass, figuring I'll do the same thing. It was easy. I was cutting into the secondary like a surgeon. And who comes out of nowhere?
But the Greek witch.
The Ed Too Tall Jones of the Beach Bowl. Maria Menounos is in my face, putting pressure on me like I've never, like Lawrence Taylor. Wow. Like Lawrence Taylor used to put pressure on Ron Jaworski, and I panicked. I'm not lying. I panicked. She's like, ah! This like angelic face from Extras, like, ah! And I went, oh my God! And I threw the worst pass in the history of the game of football. And Desmond Howard intercepted it. But how could he not? I threw it right at him. I hit him in the middle of the numbers. And I went back, and Joe Montana said, what happened? And this sentence actually came out of my mouth. I said, Maria Menounos was all over me. But it was like a guttural, like it was an honest. I said, Maria Menounos. And he went, you got to be kidding me. Did you really just say that? Like, what tenacity you have in that game.
Thank you. I love it. It's so much fun.
I know you're crazy with it.
I know. Well, you know, actually, that was the year I was coming off. I was the Madden Pro Bowl MVP. I beat Joe Montana in that game. We were neck and neck for MVP. At the half mark, they came up to me and they're like, okay. Oh, I just lost that.
Okay.
They're like, you realize that you're neck and neck with Joe Montana for MVP. I'm like, whoa. What did you just say? And I'm like, guys, stop. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, obviously, I'm not getting it. And I ended up scoring 3 touchdowns. I had a 2-point conversion. And I sacked Kurt Warner within 1 minute of the game. I ended up winning. It was the greatest day of my life.
I'm sure it was.
I called Kevin. I'm like, Kevin, you're not going to believe this. I won the MVP. I was like a football legend today. It was unbelievable. So I had to I have a lot to live up to now.
Right. No, I mean, you do. I have to say, I played again this year with you, and I barely got in because I'm just not in shape. I'm near death. But you applied pressure. I was on the opposite team again. This year we somow won because of some shady rules.
Yes, a lot of shady rules.
Yeah, there were a lot of shady rules. But Warren Moon was our quarterback. You gave him hell.
Oh, I know,
Warren Moon was frustrated about Maria's rushing ability. I love that.
Yeah, and Kurt Warner is still bothered by it, right?
Yeah, I've mentioned it, I think, too many times now.
Is he get mad at that?
Well, he was for a while.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you mention it? If I were you, I'd mention it. Like, great. Like,
oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever.
But you don't understand. It went from, like, when I hit Terrell Owens with the first pass, it was the greatest moment. The place is going nuts. Joe Montana high-fived me, and you destroyed it.
I know.
I had that glory for 14 seconds. And we have video, I guess, up on DirecTV of the game this year of me attempting to play.
So funny. And they take it really seriously. Like
some of them do.
The pros are hardcore about these games.
They don't want to look ridiculous.
No.
It's almost like, well, don't make a joke about what we do for a living.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, the year you screwed me over, the MVP of the game was Snoop Dogg.
Yes, he was amazing.
You got to see, Brent, how good Snoop Dogg is at football. I know he started this charity with young kids. It's a great thing. he has the Snooper Bowl, you know. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe he can't really play. This guy throwing, catching, he had like 4 touchdown catches.
Yeah. He's incredible.
Yeah, and the speech they give you before the game is they say, look, it's on DirecTV. There's a lot of kids in the audience, like 7-year-old kids, so make it rated PG.
Sure.
Snoop Dogg catches his first pass and begins to roll an imaginary joint into the camera. Like the camera's on him and he catches the pass and he goes, yeah. Like an enormous blunt that he licks, and then and they go, okay, you can't do that anymore. The second time he catches a pass, touchdown, he screws the ball into the sand, gets behind it, and begins having sex with it, doggy style.
Perfect.
No, I didn't see that.
But real slow, like this, like. And they're mad. I'm like, it's Snoop Dogg. He's gonna have sex with the ball, doggy style.
Right.
Anyway, a lot of fun. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On everything.
Thank you.
We have to take a quick break. We'll come back with another segment here with the great Marie Menounos. The movie is now, what is it, the full title now?
Adventures of Serial Buddies.
Adventures of Serial Buddies. I'm in this picture, and I can recommend it. Come.